Greece still feels like summer that never ended. The songs, the leather jackets, the final dance, and faces frozen forever in youth. But after Rydell High, time moved on, bringing illness, addiction, quiet reinventions, early losses, and lives that changed far beyond the music. Sandy Olsen is the soft-hearted newcomer in Greece, the girl who arrives at Rydell High still believing sincerity can protect her. Played by Olivia Newton-John, born in 1948 in Cambridge, England, she was 29 when the film was released in 1978. She passed away in 2022, at 73, after a long public battle with breast cancer, leaving behind one of movie musical history's most beloved performances. Sandy remains unforgettable because Newton-John made youth feel hopeful, fragile, uncertain, and brave. Beyond Greece, Olivia Newton-John became an international music star and a figure admired for grace, resilience, and advocacy during illness. Her Sandy Olsen endures because her final transformation was never just about style. It was about a young woman stepping toward confidence, while the music made summer feel eternal. Danny Zuko is the leather-jacketed heartthrob of Greece, the young man whose swagger hides the fear of being seen as sincere. Played by John Travolta, born in 1954 in Englewood, New Jersey, he was 23 when the film was released in 1978. In 2026, John Travolta is 72. Danny remains iconic because Travolta made teenage bravado feel rhythmic, funny, charming, and vulnerable beneath the performance of cool. Beyond Greece, John Travolta moved through major highs, reinventions, musicals, dramas, and renewed popularity across decades of film and television. His Danny Zuko endures because he captured the pressure of becoming whatever version of yourself will keep you accepted, even when love is asking for something more honest. Kiniki is Danny Zuko's closest friend in Greece, the rough-edged T-bird whose swagger hides fear, pride, and a desperate need for respect. Played by Jeff Conaway, born in 1950 in New York City, he was 27 when the film was released in 1978. He passed away in 2011, at 60, after serious struggles with addiction and health problems, with pneumonia and sepsis contributing to his final decline. Kiniki remains memorable because Conaway made toughness feel young, insecure, loyal, and painfully human beneath the leather jacket. Beyond Greece, Jeff Conaway continued acting, but his later life became far more painful than the youthful image preserved on screen. His Kiniki endures because every joke, boast, and proud glance now carries the sadness of a performer forever young in Rydell High, while the man behind him faced battles no applause could solve. Didi is the guitar-loving T-bird in Greece, the smiling gang member whose idea of danger still feels mostly playful. Played by Barry Pearl, born in 1950 in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, he was 27 when the film was released in 1978. In 2026, Barry Pearl is 76. Didi remains memorable because Pearl made the gang feel lighter, warmer, musical, and more human beneath the leather jackets and teenage swagger. Beyond Greece, Barry Pearl continued working as an actor and performer, especially in musical theater, and his connection to the film remained part of his public story. His duty endures because he reminds viewers that Rydell's boys were still young people pretending to understand adulthood, smiling through the act before real life arrived. Sunny Lettieri is the loud and mischievous T-bird in Greece, the boy who seems to believe every hallway is waiting for his next great line. Played by Michael Tucci, born in 1946 in New York City, he was 31 when the film was released in 1978. In 2026, Michael Tucci is 80. Sonny remains memorable because Tucci made him fast-talking, insecure, exaggerated, funny, and full of restless teenage noise. Beyond Grease, Michael Tucci continued working across television, film, and stage, later spending part of his life teaching and mentoring others. His Sonny Lettieri endures because he captures the friend who talks too much, brags too quickly, and somehow makes the whole group feel more alive because silence was never going to be his style. Tucci is the gentler T-Bird in Grease, the slightly goofy member of the group who seems more interested in belonging than in proving he is dangerous. Played by Kelly Ward, born in 1956 in San Diego, California. He was 21 when the film was released in 1978. In 2026, Kelly Ward is 70. Tucci remains beloved because Ward made him soft, awkward, likable, understated, and quietly sincere inside a group built around swagger. Beyond Grease, Kelly Ward developed a successful career behind the scenes, including work in voice direction and education. His Tucci endures because his sweet connection with Jan reminds us that teenage life is not only about dramatic romances, but also about finding one person who laughs at the same strange things you do. Frenchie is the hopeful pink lady in Grease, the kind-hearted dreamer whose beauty school fantasy reveals both confusion and courage. Played by Didi Conn, born in 1951 in Brooklyn, New York. She was 26 when the film was released in 1978. In 2026, Didi Conn is 75. Frenchie remains beloved because Conn made optimism feel gentle, brave, funny, lost, and deeply sincere rather than naive. Beyond Grease, Didi Conn continued working in entertainment and became associated with advocacy, including autism awareness. Her Frenchie endures because she represents the moment when a young person discovers that the first dream may not work, but being lost does not mean the story is over. Jan is the warm and funny pink lady in Grease, the girl who seems comfortable being herself, while everyone else chases glamour, coolness, or control. Played by Donnelly, born in 1947 in Teaneck, New Jersey, she was 30 when the film was released in 1978. In 2026, Donnelly is 79. Jan remains memorable because Donnelly made awkwardness feel comfortable, funny, familiar, and quietly lovable. Beyond Grease, Donnelly remained connected to acting and performance, with her career extending beyond the film that made Jan recognizable around the world. Her Jan endures because she reminds viewers that some of the people we remember most from school were never the ones commanding the room, but the ones laughing beside us. Marty Maraschino is the polished and flirtatious pink lady in Grease, the girl who treats image, charm, and confidence as their own kind of power. Played by Dinah Manoff, born in 1956 in New York City. She was 22 when the film was released in 1978. In 2026, Dinah Manoff is 70. Marty remains memorable because Manoff made sophistication feel playful, knowing, comic, and still young beneath the performance of adulthood. Beyond Grease, Dinah Manoff continued working across film, television, theater, and directing, developing a career far beyond the Pink Ladies. Her Marty Maraschino endures because she is the knowing smile at the edge of the group, the teenager already practicing adulthood while still figuring out who she really is. Principal McGee is the dry and dignified adult presence in Grease, the Rydell High principal trying to keep order while teenage chaos repeats around her. Played by Eve Arden, born in 1908 in Mill Valley, California, she was 70 when the film was released in 1978. She passed away in 1990 at 82 with cardiac arrest and arteriosclerotic heart disease cited in connection with her death. Principal McGee remains memorable because Arden made authority amused, restrained, elegant, and perfectly timed. Beyond Grease, Eve Arden was already one of Hollywood's most recognizable comic actresses, with a career stretching deep into classic film and television. Her Principal McGee endures because she watches teenagers treat every romance and embarrassment as world-ending, knowing the same drama will simply return with the next class. Teen Angel is the dreamlike fantasy figure in Grease, the white-clad idol who appears during Frenchie's beauty school dropout sequence. Played by Frankie Avalon, born in 1940 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he was 37 when he filmed the cameo. In 2026, Frankie Avalon is 86. Teen Angel remains memorable because Avalon brought warmth, nostalgia, pop history, and affectionate teasing into one of the film's most famous musical numbers. Beyond Grease, Frankie Avalon was already a real teen idol across music and film, one of the faces of the pop culture the movie was celebrating. His Teen Angel endures because he was not merely pretending to represent the past, he was part of it, floating into Grease like a memory audiences already knew. Vui is the waitress at the Frosty Palace in Grease, a small role that carries the warmth and weight of old Hollywood into Rydell's teenage world. Played by Joan Blondell, born in 1906 in New York City, she was 71 when the film was released in 1978. She passed away in 1979, at 73, after battling leukemia, leaving behind a legendary career across film and stage. Vi remains poignant because Blondell made even a brief appearance feel lived in, generous, experienced, and quietly nostalgic. Beyond Grease, Joan Blondell had already built a major career stretching back through Hollywood's golden era. Her Vi endures because she seems to represent the other side of time, an older face watching young people fall in love, argue, dream, and move on through the diner doors. Vince Fontaine is the slick radio personality in Grease, the fast-talking adult who turns Rydell's school dance into a teenage spectacle. Played by Ed Burns, born in 1932 in New York City, he was 45 when the film was released in 1978. He passed away in 2020 at 87, with reports indicating a suspected stroke, leaving behind a long place in television history. Vince remains memorable because Burns made showmanship polished, artificial, overconfident, and perfectly nostalgic. Beyond Grease, Ed Burns had already become famous through 77 Sunset Strip, building his own identity as a television star. His Vince Fontaine endures because every practice smile and microphone announcement sells the fantasy that this dance, this song, and this night might somehow last forever. Coach Calhoun is Rydell High's weary athletic coach in Grease, the authority figure whose attempts at discipline turn into comic frustration. Played by Sid Caesar, born in 1922 in Yonkers, New York, he was 55 when the film was released in 1978. He passed away in 2014 at 91 from natural causes, leaving behind one of the great legacies of American television comedy. Coach Calhoun remains memorable because Caesar made authority helpless, physical, frustrated, and joyfully funny. Beyond Grease, Sid Caesar helped define live television comedy and inspired generations of performers through a career that became part of television history. His Coach Calhoun endures because the harder he tries to maintain order, the funnier it becomes when order refuses to cooperate. Leo, better known as Craterface, is the rival gang leader in Grease, the harder-edged figure who challenges the T-Bird's pride and Danny's sense of control. Played by Dennis Stewart, Born in 1947 in Los Angeles, California, he was 31 when the film was released in 1978. He passed away in 1994, at 46, from complications related to AIDS, leaving behind a screen image made more fragile by real-life loss. Craterface remains memorable because Stewart made menace stylish, territorial, confident, and intense, without breaking the heightened world of Grease. Beyond Grease, Dennis Stewart returned to the role in Grease 2, preserving Leo as part of the franchise's mythology. His crater face endures because the toughness on screen now carries the sadness of a performer lost far too early during a devastating era. Cha-Cha de Gregorio is the electrifying dancer in Grease, the St. Bernadette's girl who needs only a few minutes to take over the dance floor. Played by Annette Charles, born in 1948 in Los Angeles, California, she was 30 when the film was released in 1978. She passed away in 2011, at 63, from complications related to cancer, leaving behind one of the film's most unforgettable brief appearances. Cha-Cha remains iconic because Charles made confidence physical, fearless, skilled, and impossible to ignore. Beyond Grease, Annette Charles also pursued education and built a life beyond the short screen time that made her famous worldwide. Her Cha-Cha endures because some performers do not need an entire movie to be remembered. She needed a dance floor, a few bars of music, and the confidence to make everyone else disappear. The waitress at the Frosty Palace is a brief but special presence in Grease, made warmer by the family connection behind the role. Played by Ellen Travolta, born in 1939 in Englewood, New Jersey, she was 38 when the film was released in 1978. In 2026, Ellen Travolta is 87. Her waitress remains notable because Travolta's small appearance helps make the Frosty Palace feel inhabited by adults with lives beyond the teenage drama. Beyond Grease, Ellen Travolta built a long television career of her own, establishing an identity beyond being John Travolta's sister. Her brief Grease appearance endures as a quiet family artifact, reminding viewers that movie history also survives in familiar faces serving coffee in the background. Eugene Felsnick is the awkward outsider at Rydell High in Grease, the student least interested in pretending he belongs to the world of leather jackets and perfect cool. Played by Eddie Deason, born in 1957 in Cumberland, Maryland. He was 21 when the film was released in 1978. In 2026, Eddie Deason is 69. Eugene remains memorable because Deason made nervousness distinctive, comic, earnest, exaggerated, and strangely endearing. Beyond Grease, Eddie Deason became recognizable through comedy and animation voice work, though later years saw him step much further away from the Hollywood spotlight. His Eugene endures because he never needed to become cool to matter. He survives embarrassment, stays himself, and occasionally proves the people laughing at him underestimated him completely. Mr. Rudy is one of Rydell High's small adult figures in Grease, part of the school world surrounding the film's teenage romances, dances, and rivalries. Played by Dick Patterson, born in 1932 in Clear Lake, Iowa, he was 45 when the film was released in 1978. He passed away in 1999, at 67, leaving behind a career built on steady character work rather than celebrity. Mr. Rudy remains meaningful because Patterson made a small role feel professional, textured, restrained, and quietly necessary. Beyond Grease, Dick Patterson worked through the 1970s and 1980s in a variety of character roles. His Mr. Rudy endures because movies this beloved are not built by two stars alone. They depend on dozens of faces and brief moments that make the world believable enough to revisit. Tom Chisholm is the clean-cut athlete in Grease, the polished alternative who briefly makes Danny Zuko confront jealousy and insecurity. Played by Lorenzo Lamas. Born in 1958 in Santa Monica, California, he was 20 when he appeared in the film. In 2026, Lorenzo Lamas is 68. Tom remains notable because Lamas communicated the all-American jock image with youthful screen presence, even in a small and mostly quiet role. Beyond Grease, Lorenzo Lamas built a much larger career in television and entertainment, becoming widely recognizable in later years. His Tom Chisholm endures because he feels like a photograph taken before a career truly began. A young performer standing in someone else's movie, while his own story was still waiting. Patty Simcox is the relentlessly enthusiastic cheerleader in Grease, the Rydell student whose school spirit seems to have no volume control. Played by Susan Buckner, born in 1952 in Seattle, Washington, she was 26 when the film was released in 1978. She passed away in 2024, at 72, leaving behind one of the film's brightest supporting memories. Patty remains memorable because Buckner made optimism energetic, sincere, funny, organized, and completely unashamed. Beyond Grease, Susan Buckner eventually stepped away from Hollywood's center and devoted much of her life to family, while also teaching drama and dance. Her Patty Simcox endures because she remains forever cheering on screen, preserving a brightness that time itself could not keep. Blanche is Rydell High's nervous secretary in Grease, the fluttering office presence, who seems permanently one misplaced paper away from complete collapse. Played by Dodi Goodman, born in 1914 in Columbus, Ohio, she was 63 when the film was released in 1978. She passed away in 2008 at 93 from natural causes, leaving behind a long career built on distinctive comic personality. Blanche remains memorable because Goodman made nervous energy musical, rapid, expressive, and delightfully alive. Beyond Grease, Dodi Goodman continued performing into later life across stage, film, and television. Her Blanche endures because she proves what an experienced character actor can do with limited screen time. A voice, a reaction, and perfect timing can make an entire school office feel alive. Mrs. Murdoch is the auto shop teacher in Grease, a brief adult presence who seems to have survived every teenage excuse before the scene even begins. Played by Alice Ghostley, born in 1923 in Eve, Missouri, she was 55 when the film was released in 1978. She passed away in 2007 at 84 after battling colon cancer and suffering a series of strokes, leaving behind a beloved career across Broadway and television. Mrs. Murdoch remains memorable because Ghostley made deadpan authority sharp, weary, efficient, and instantly recognizable. Beyond Grease, Alice Ghostley built a career filled with scene-stealing supporting roles, from stage work to classic television. Her Mrs. Murdoch endures because great character acting can appear, land the joke, and disappear before audiences realize how much skill made the moment feel effortless. Betty Rizzo is the sharp-tongued pink lady in Grease, the girl who walks through Rydell High as if nothing can hurt her. Played by Stockard Channing, born in 1944 in New York City, she was 33 when she took on the role. In 2026, Stockard Channing is 82. Rizzo remains powerful because Channing made confidence feel like armor, hiding fear, pride, desire, and the pain of being judged. Beyond Grease, Stockard Channing built an acclaimed career across theater, television, and film, becoming far more than the woman in the pink lady's jacket. Her Rizzo endures because There Are Worse Things I Could Do, gave the bright musical its shadows, reminding viewers that growing up also means refusing to let judgment define you. The songs still sound young, the final dance still feels electric, and Rydell High still glows like a summer that never ended. But behind Grease were lives touched by triumph, illness, addiction, reinvention, and loss. Some stars carried the film's magic for decades, while others left us far too soon. Yet every rewatch brings them back in leather jackets, pink ladies' colors, diner lights, and music that refuses to fade. If this journey brought back memories, please like, subscribe, and stay with Hollywood 1960s TV, where the legends of the Golden Age live on.